You know that moments when the house goes too quiet, no fridge hum, no boiler kick, no little clicks from chargers, just silence. And then the cold starts creeping in the way only the UK does, not dramatic, not snowy, just that damp bite that gets into the walls, the socks, your bones. That's when the questions start. How long until this place feels unlivable? How long until the kids are freezing? And if this isn't a couple of hours, what if it's days? Because here's the uncomfortable truth, most UK homes are one switch away from turning into a cold box. Welcome to Charlie Survival. Today I'm walking you through 11 heating sources that don't need electricity. And we're not doing fantasy, this is UK reality. Drafty terraces, flats, mould risk, wet cold, and a grid that can wobble in a storm. And listen, every method has its trade-offs. Some are safer but weaker, some are seriously powerful but can turn dangerous if you get cocky. My job is to show you what actually works, what to avoid, and what to prioritise calmly. If you click this because you're thinking, how do I keep my home warm when the power dies, you're in the right place. Drop a comment while you watch. What's the current heating plan in your blackout? Layers, gas heater, wood burner, or I'd just suffer? Be honest and subscribe for more prepping and survival content just like this. Right, method 1 is the one everyone ignores because it's not sexy. 1. Your body plus proper layers, the heater you already own. Your body is a little furnace if you trap the heat properly. Most people freeze in a blackout because they're dressed like the house is still 21 degrees. Then they panic buy a heater when what they actually need was a clothing system. Simple rule, 3 layers. Base layer moves sweat off your skin, synthetic or wool. Mid layer traps warm air, fleece, wool, puffer. Shell blocks wind and damp, even indoors if it's drafty. Damp cold punishes cotton. If you sweat and your base layer holds moisture, you chill fast. And don't forget the free heat leaks. Hat, socks, hands. A warm hat indoors is one of the fastest instant warmer hacks on earth. Now, layers keep you warm, but what about warming your actual space without burning your house down? 2. The warm room plan. Heat the human, not the house. This is the most powerful heating source in a UK blackout. Concentration. Pick the smallest room you can live in for a day or two. Close doors, block drafts, everyone stays in that space. Sleep there if you have to. You're reducing the amount of air you need to warm. And in a blackout, the goal isn't luxury, it's staying functional. Quick warm room checklist. Curtains closed, towels or blankets at the door gaps, rugs or blankets on the floor, everyone in layers, hot drinks and hot water bottles, light and power bank so it doesn't feel like a horror film. And the fastest way to make a warm room work is stopping the cold getting in. 3. Draft proofing and insulation hacks, free heat you didn't lose. UK houses love to leak heat like a sieve. If you've got a blackout and you're trying to stay warm, you want to stop the invisible wind first. What actually helps? Draft excluders and rolled towels. Close unused rooms. Curtains shut as soon as it's dark. Bubble wrap on single glazed windows. Yes, it works. Extra blankets over the back of sofas and curtains. Sounds silly, but it reduces the cold sink effect. This isn't glamorous, but it's the difference between manageable and miserable. Right, now we go from keep heat in to create heat safely. To make your life easier, I've put all of these items in one place on the Charlie Survival Amazon kit list in the home survival section. There's also much more equipment from go bag to car survival. You can find this by clicking the Amazon link in the description after this video. 4. Hot water bottles, targeted heat for hours. Hot water bottles are ridiculous value. They don't heat the whole house, they heat you, which is what matters. Best uses. Pre-warm the bed, one at your feet, one on your lap, one against lower back or abdomen. Safety basics. Use a cover, don't use boiling water directly. Check for leaks and don't sleep with it pressed against bare skin. This is one of the best UK winter preps because you can heat water with a camping stove later, even if you can't heat the room. Now I'm going to say a sentence that will save lives. Heat can kill you indoors if you do it wrong. 5. Indoor rated gas heaters. Serious heat, serious rules. Gas heaters can genuinely warm a room, but if you use the wrong one or you use it wrong, you can poison yourself. So here's the rule. Only use a heater that is specifically rated for indoor use and still treat it with respect. If you do use one, use a carbon monoxide alarm in the same room, a battery powered one. And use ventilation, crack a window, never while sleeping, never unattended. Keep it clear of curtains, clothes, bedding. Follow the manufacturer instructions every time. Carbon monoxide is invisible, you won't smell danger, and in cold places people do dumb things. Don't be that story. If gas heating feels too risky for you, there's a safer low power warmth option that's ancient and it works. 6. Chemical hand warmers plus heat pads. Safe heat, huge morale. Not glamorous, but brilliant. Hand warmers and heat pads. They keep fingers working, keep your core warmer when layered, reduce the feeling of panic and misery. They're also great for kids, elderly family, anyone who struggles with cold circulation. They're not a primary heater, they're a stability tool. Now for the one everyone buys and uses wrong. 7. Floor insulation, because cold comes upwards. In UK homes, the floor can feel like a freezer. Tile, laminate, drafty floorboards, it just sucks the warmth straight out of you. And here's the thing, when your feet feel cold, everything feels worse. Your body tenses up, you stop moving, you start spiraling. So do the simplest upgrade most people ignore, insulate the floor. You don't need a fancy kit, use what you've already got. Rugs, even small ones layered. Spare duvets or blankets laid down like a runway. Sleeping pads or camping pads, properly underrated indoors. Cardboard under a rug if you're desperate, it generally helps. Focus on the places you'll actually be, next to the sofa, under the table, beside the bed. And if you're building a warm room, make the floor warm first, because warm feet equals warmer body equals less panic. Now that you're not bleeding warmth into the floor, let's talk candles. 8. Candles plus tea lights, used for light, not as a heater. Candles are mainly a lighting tool and a morale tool. Yes, they produce heat, but not enough to heat your house in any meaningful way. And the real risk is fire. If you use candles, use a stable surface, away from curtains. Never leave unattended, never sleep with them burning. Keep a way to put it out safely. If you want warmth from candles, think tiny, warming hands near them briefly, taking the edge off a micro space, not heat in a bedroom. If you want real heat without electricity, the next options are king, but they depend on your home setup. 9. Wood burner or multi-fuel stove, the UK long-term answer. If you've got one, this is gold standard for long outages. It gives you reliable heat, a place to dry damp clothing, the ability to boil water or cook on top depending on the stove. But this is where I'm going to be boring for your safety. Get it installed and signed off properly. UK reg matters. Keep it maintained, get your chimney swept, store fuel safely, use a carbon monoxide alarm anyway, and don't underestimate wood supply. Wet wood gives you low heat, more smoke and more soot. In a blackout you want predictable heat, not consistent problems. But what if you're in a flat or you can't install a stove? You can still use the sun. 10. Passive solar heating, free heat when the sun shows up. This is underrated in the UK because people assume we don't get sun, but even weak winter sun can help. Simple rules. Open curtains on the sunny side during the day, close them early when the sun drops. Keep doors shut to trap any gain in one space. If you can, use thermal mass near the window. Darker rugs and blankets, big water bottles and jugs near sunlight. They slowly warm and release heat. It won't replace a heater, but in a blackout every degree matters. And finally, this one sounds too simple, but it's the difference between coping and collapsing. 11. Movement plus fuel, your body heat on demand. When you're cold, do something that generates heat without sweating. Gentle squats, pacing the room, light cleaning, mobility work, stair walks. You're not trying to smash out a workout, you're trying to keep blood moving and temperature stable. Then pair it with a warm drink, hot meal if you can. Get back into layers in blankets. Cold is easier to beat when you're warm before you get into bed, not after you've already started shivering. So those are your 11 non-electric heating sources, UK Reality Edition. Layers, body heat system, warm room plan, draft proofing and insulation hacks, hot water bottles, indoor rated gas heaters with strict safety, hand warmers or heat pads, candles, light first, heat last, wood burner or multi-fuel stove, passive solar, movement in warm food or drink rhythm. And if you only do one thing after this video, build a warm room and fix your clothing system. That alone prevents most winter blackout misery. If this helped, hit like. It tells YouTube this is useful and it pushes it to more UK households who need it before the next storm. And subscribe for more practical UK blackout prep. And if you want the exact gear I recommend, carbon monoxide alarm, head torches, mylar blankets, hot water bottles, winter car kits, indoor safe options, check the Charlie Survival Amazon kit list in the description. And comment below which one are you adding first, layers, hot water bottles or a warm room setup. Next, I recommend watching this video on screen now. It's all about how to cook during a bug out. Click it and I'll see you in the wilderness.